I'm Alex Liu. I am the Chief Creative Officer for Infinite Rabbit Holes.
I am Michael Loris, and I am the Senior Vice President of Interaction and Gaming Design.
Okay. And what gave you guys the inspiration, or why did you guys seek out to build something like this?
Well, we're here today showing you our awesome brand new game that has just come out. It's called Arkham Asylum Files, Panic in Gotham City. It features the Joker and Batman, of course, and also everyone's favorite Harley Quinn. So we're huge Batman fanatics. In fact, Michael and I and a lot of amazing people on our team have been in this world for a long time, not just collectors when we were younger and big fans of the graphic novels and all the artists and the writers out there, but we also did a special experience that lasted for almost 2 years called Why So Serious for the Dark Knight, and where we built out this world where people got to follow the trail of Batman and be citizens of Gotham City.
Our idea was that the world was our canvas, and we didn't see any lines between gaming having to be something that was printed. It could be something that was audio. It could be something that was on your phone. It could be digital. And so we tried to take that very idea and build something special that has surprises around every corner.
Our favorite thing to do is build out narratives and story, right? Get into the fiction. We write tons and tons of storylines. We love all of the characters in the Batman universe. So we create stories as if though they actually happened. And then we create a bunch of artifacts and trailheads that you discover along the way. So as a gamer and a player, you're the one who's putting the story together. And so it's a combination of storytelling, puzzles, feels like an escape room in your home, but in this one, we actually use technology to bring it to life.
But you're the main character, really. I mean, you have the agency, and the hope is that you're playing with your family and your friends, and everybody's working together. And where I feel like we've done our job is when there are 4 different sets of hands working on one puzzle. And then when they solve the puzzle, they don't even know that they've got the right answer until they've actually used our tech to scan it, and then it rewards them with the animation or the next clue for the next thread.
So in terms of tech, we've seen a lot of cool stuff, right? We're gamers at heart also. We've gamed on our PCs, we've gamed on our consoles, we've gamed on handhelds. One thing that we love and we're really excited about was augmented reality. And the truth is that augmented reality is super cool, right? And we have this big promise of what it's going to be. That said, there isn't a lot of great augmented reality games or puzzles or content or entertainment that's out there. Some of it's a little cheesy, a little bit gimmicky, right? A lot of it is very advertising focused, but it's still cool. And so what we did is we looked at what does AR do best, right? And one of the best things it does is that it creates magic in your space. And so we like to say, we call it mixed reality, and that this is true mixed reality because the things you're holding in your hands, the game board that you're playing on, the buildings that you build, all unlock this 3D world that just expands Gotham City across your tabletop, right? And the Joker is leading you through every moment of it.
What age is it, and how many people can play it at one time?
The game is designed for 13 and up. It is also designed for 1 to 6 players. So if you're a true puzzle Batman fanatic, you can open that box and tackle it on your own. And it also can be a fun family thing all the way up to 5 or 6 players. But what we found is that if you have like 3 or 4 close friends together, they're gonna have a great time. And what's really exciting is that you see different people solve different things.
My favorite part of this whole thing is collaboration. There's never been a time during playtesting where the wallflower doesn't become the hero at some point. I just absolutely love that. And there are certain game mechanics that we've designed with specifically so that 3 and 4 people do have to work at the same time. Yes, you're right, one person can do it by themselves, but really, you want to play with your friends. Really.
Yeah, and what's so cool about that too is that Michael is our lead interaction puzzle game designer, brilliant genius. There's such a variety of activities in puzzle, from digital to physical, that you'll see the baton kind of get passed around, right? So because everybody approaches things differently, everybody thinks about things in slightly different ways, you might have one person who struggles with a certain type of activity or puzzle solving, but they'll be really good at putting together logic puzzles, let's say, right? And somebody else is really good at building physical buildings, and then when you make it come to life, there's a whole digital experience. So that's fun too, that in a group, it's not really, you know, where it's the one person in like an escape room that solves everything and everybody, you know, is clueless of what's going on. This is not about going as fast as you can. This is about not only unraveling the story, but being part of it, right? I mean, for us, who started off as Batman fans, right? The idea of getting to play in Gotham City, getting to be behind Harley Quinn's shoulder and helping her solve these cases, and ultimately really helping Batman foil sort of what's going on in the meta story of Gotham City. We really built a game that we wanted to play.
All right, cool. And so you chose Batman because you love Batman. Is there any expansion that you plan on doing for the game? I know the game is super new. And what's your future goal with these types of games that you started building?
This is a platform. We have many future plans for many new products, for sure. And in success, we want to do an expansion of this. And we can do infinite storytelling with the same printed materials that we have here.
So the intent is that the Arkham Asylum Files is going to be a series. And Panic in Gotham City is the first episode of many. And so we are looking at, not only does the structure of the Arkham Files give us all this great, incredible gameplay on our platform, but the idea of, spoiler, Harley going back to Arkham as a therapist again, right? Well, that allows her to go through all of the different villains, because we know that the Gotham City villains are going in and out of Arkham like it's an open door, it's a swinging door, right? So, but what that allows us to do is that we can tell all sorts of stories of all the different characters in the canon. So of course you've got all of the ones that show up in the movies, right, and everybody wants to see, but you've got an incredible cast of really deep characters all through Gotham City in the Batman world, and this allows us to tell their stories and really get people close to that, right? So if you're a big graphic novel or the DC comic book fan who's been collecting and reading Batman comics for the last 10 years, right, or 20 years, or 30, I'm really dating myself now, but you'll start to notice these characters. But it's so rich in that world, and this allows us to do that.
Our game is available right now. Go to infiniterabbitholes.com, and we cannot wait for you to play our baby. We've been working a long time on this. Really, I can't wait, Alex.
Yes, we think it's really fun. We think you guys are going to have a great time.
What I like about this, and I'm going to skip it to it right now because I can, because I've completed the game, is that this is a perfect example of how we're not using AR as a gimmick. We're literally using it as a way to show an alternate version of what a thing is. This is how a particular rogues gallery Arkham Asylum inmate is viewed by all the doctors at Arkham Asylum. But this is how the villain sees himself. He is a hacker. And so it's a CRT screen. You can see it's flashing and everything. And when I rotate this, gravity is imparted on the different bits of text that's here, giving you that alternate reality that I said. And so if you do this enough, and I don't want to give away what the puzzle is, like an Etch-a-Sketch, you're pushing away all the unimportant letters until just the important letters are there. So again, I'm not going to show you anymore. But the point is, it's showing something incredibly different from what this is, and it helps to serve the story, and it helps to serve the gameplay and the puzzle. And that, to me, can't be better. So this is something very, very special about our AI. Besides the tracking, we have the ability to change the different printed materials into something special. So we can see that there are only 2 buildings that are shown here. And you can see as I move around, there are many, many more right now. Do you see that? Do you see that? But check this out. If I scan the Jumbotron, that GCN video, it recognizes that we're scanning it. And it starts showing full motion video. This is a news broadcast that's actually happening in Gotham City right now. And if I turned up the volume, you get your story for the moment. And this is a reward for what you've just done, and it sets up what's about to happen.
Breaking news.
And I don't care how close you come, the fidelity just gets better and better. And check out this tracking. Look how far back we are. Proximity audio. We can walk clear across the house, and it will get smaller and smaller, and remember its position when we come back, which is pretty darn cool. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
At this point, we've already adventured through Gotham City, right? And now we're digging through a villain's Arkham Asylum file. And in the file, we found all these different artifacts, and we found this map of Ace Chemical. And so, as a group, we've pieced this back together. And then we don't want to show everybody all the solve. And once you solve a puzzle, because you're at Arkham, we are showing a character's backstory through these different colored ink blots, right? So property of Arkham, this is ink blot number 1. This puzzle was puzzle number 2. So Michael over there is going to show you a piece of the story. You scan the ink blot, and then the story comes to life. So think of this almost like a video game cutscene. You and your friends have solved the puzzle, and now you're seeing the piece of the story.
Lone drug dealers, his next target was much higher profile. Ace Chemical CEO, Warren Bates.
Your planning changes caused higher waste concentration.
How about that,
Fixing it could take millions.
We're not fixing anything. Keep your mouth shut and just...
So he's looking at the very same thing that you were just interacting with, right? And completing the story that you were beginning. The tracking's crazy.
Gotham City. My name is Energy, and I'm the voice of the people. This man spent 20 years getting rid of the poison in this city, and defenseless mates.
The waste we put out is as pure as it can be.
Care to put that to the test?
Yes, I know. I wouldn't want to be dumped in toxic waste. Oh, wait, I was. Anyway, police found Bates tied up and sick as a dog. Look, I hate greedy polluters too, but Anarchy's approach to justice is kind of extreme if you ask me.
So all the art direction is based off of these ink blots.
Yeah.
Every single piece of art.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Again, we can't wait for you guys to experience this. Grab some friends. We like to say we're reinventing game night, but it's really more like a game month. There's 7 chapters. There's 6 to 10 hours, really more like 10 hours of gameplay where you're building, you're unlocking stuff, you're seeing cool things in AR, you're unraveling a story, and most importantly, you're connecting with your family and friends in real life again, around a table, touching real things, having real experiences.
You're going to be surprised, honestly. You haven't seen anything like this before.